You might think protein is for bodybuilders and fitness fanatics like Koshi, but it's actually one of the most important parts of your diet. Protein can help strengthen your bones, keep you fuller for longer, and give you more energy to get you through the day.
Here to tell us is clinical nutritionist Sarah de Lorenzo. Sarah, tell us, what foods are high in protein?
Okay, so we define protein in what we call first and second class proteins. So first class proteins are complete proteins, and they are basically in the foods that are have the most amount of protein are basically meat. Anything that comes from an animal, as well as dairy products. You've got cheese, milk, eggs. That's what we call a first class protein. Now the second class proteins are basically foods that they're not complete proteins, but they do contain protein, such as things like the nuts and oats and tofu, tempeh, chia, rice. They're all, and as well some fruits like orange as well as avocado, Brussels sprouts. We've got broccoli, asparagus, spinach. They're also sources of protein as well.
Oh, so you're actually in more things than I realised.
It is. People forget that protein is beyond meat.
But is there a big difference between all the green stuff and meat? Do they just have a little bit in it?
Significantly different. Yeah, it's a significant difference. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how much protein should we have each day?
Okay, so we're looking at having 30% of our daily intake of food should come from protein. But if you look at it in a more, like for a more accurate reading, it would be 0.8 grams per kilo of our own body weight. So when we look at it in food, and so if you're someone who's 60 kilos, you would need, say, 45 grams of protein in the day. So when we look at it in food, basically things like, say, 100 grams of the meat here would have, so the chicken would have 31 grams of protein, the pork would have about 20, the pork and the salmon have around 29, the red meat would have around 27, and then you get into things like, there'd be like 15 grams in, say, half a cup of cheese, half a cup of yogurt, 15 grams of protein and a bit of tofu. Yogurt as well would be around 7 grams. A serving of nuts here would be around 7 grams. Right. But then all the beans and stuff sit around 15 grams for like half a cup and that.
But at my weight, I'd have to eat a hell of a lot of cheese.
You always go for the cheese, don't you?
And I die from it.
From the well, you wouldn't go and just eat all that protein.
Right.
But what's the maths? Well, then we have to find out your weight.
Yeah,
we have to work out.
Let's change subject quickly. What's a dinner idea?
Okay, so something fantastic if you're looking at getting, say, 34 grams of protein. This is what it looks like here. So the 100 grams of meat, I've actually done a marinade. This is a serving for 2, sorry. But 100 grams of meat.
2?
Yes. Okay. Well, if you split it there. So, yeah, I know, it's a big serving. It looks like a big serving there.
No, we're thinking no.
Not for 2.
Okay, so when I work out, working it out from the protein, I've got there 100 grams of protein, 100 grams of red meat, which is 27 grams of protein, and then I've got about 7 grams worth of protein of nuts sprinkled all over the top. Right. I've done that as a super delicious Thai beef salad where I've just marinated the meat in things like in garlic, and I've got olive oil, apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, and some Dijon mustard, marinated that and made that into a Thai beef salad. So there's 34 grams of protein right there.
I reckon a lot of guys that would be their main meal.
It's so delicious.
Yes, that's why. What about dessert? Can you put protein in dessert?
100%.
What are
absolutely.
those? Sam,
okay, so absolutely,
that sends me emojis for it,
It does. Oh, sorry, it does a little bit.
No. Okay, you have to try it. It's a cookie dough bite. So what I've made here, and I've worked out that they come to about 5 grams of protein each. So I've made what looks like cookie dough, but a chocolate cookie dough, and I've got in there the components that make it protein are basically the peanut butter, the chickpeas, and the oat flours. So this is something fun to do. So let's just say, for example, you had your Thai beef salad and you had just one of these, you would be up around 40 grams of protein, given that if you know. So there is a good amount of protein, and they're just 2 different options of basically having something that's animal-based and something that's plant-based.
Could we just have 8 of those, and then that would be 40 grams of protein?
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't you try one now?
Come on. But that would eat it.
Come on, gosh, you try it.
That's a lot of emojis you sent me. Hey,
Yes.
Tell us about the book.
I know.
It's going really
Very
well. The best-selling.
Yeah,
First time
so look, I've been completely overwhelmed, I'm not going to lie. It's just been such an incredible experience. So I found out last week that I'm the #1 debut author in Australia, currently right now, 2022. My books...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well done.
Books, the 10-10 Diet and the 10-10 Diet Recipe book are already up to like 54,000 copies. And
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
and what I just love about it is like the 10-10, my 10-10 program, it's a way of life. It's not a diet. It's how you live your life. And I think what overwhelms me so much about it is the fact that I'm just helping so many people change their lives, and that's
So many
so it's just been...
You're tearing up, I can tell.
like-
It's an incredible journey
like
to be on. It
It's like
really
you
is.
won something at the Academy Awards. But we're playing the music now. We'll put all the recipes on the Sunrise website. Thank you, Sarah.